Hi guys, this is Maya from Kinspired Life, and today I'm gonna bring you 8 steps on how you can discover your life purpose. You may want to grab your journal and a pen to write things down because there will be a lot of tips. So let's get to it. Alright, so before we get started, a little info about me in case you're here for the first time. I'm a holistic coach and healer, but when I started my coaching journey, I've been trained to help people find their life purpose. So I am actually a certified life purpose coach. The reason why I started doing that is because I've been living my life purpose for a really long time. I know how amazing it is. And I've been kind of doing it unofficially for years, and I figured why not just get educated and help people really do this in a structured way so they can really find their life purpose to live an amazing life. So these days I'm doing that through my course, Discover Your Life Purpose, through my writing on Medium, through this channel and my podcast, where I share a lot of valuable tips that can help you live an amazing life that is aligned with your purpose. So we're gonna get started. If you haven't already, grab a journal because there will be a lot of things that you might want to write down. I'm gonna give you a little breakdown how you can get there with ease and start getting closer to understanding why you're here. And of course, if you find these tips valuable, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing because I post regularly on this channel a lot of valuable content that may help you live an amazing life and manifest whatever you desire. So step one would be to look at your childhood influences. This is something that you've been exposed to as a child. For example, I've been exposed to a lot of creative arts like theater, music, and art in general because I grew up in a family that was very artistic. That kind of helped me understand what I was passionate about and gave me a lot of insights on how I want to design my life. I ended up pursuing a career in jazz. I was a singer for a long time and I'm still doing it actually. So it's been quite amazing, and actually all of my life I've been pursuing all of my passions and learning how to monetize them. So today I can say that I'm earning my income doing everything I love. All of the things that I feel passionate about, that I feel aligned with, come from those probably early stages. When we talk about childhood influences, it's not only something that you've been exposed to regarding your career or your interests, but also the way you look at the world, the way you look at yourself, the way you look at your life. So it's a valuable insight to kind of look back and see what were your parents telling you, what was the society telling you, what were you surrounded with, what did you learn in school. All of these things helped kind of shape who you are today. So it's good to see what do you believe today that was influenced by all of those influences, right? And it's also good to see which of those influences have shaped some possibly negative thoughts that you have about life, maybe some subconscious beliefs that are blocking you. And why is this good? It's good because once you identify them, then you can dig deeper and clear all of those beliefs so you can start shifting and reframing those beliefs into something that is more aligned with who you are today. I can tell you from my personal experience that I have learned that a lot of the beliefs that I had were not actually my own, and I was very grateful to realize that because then it helped me dig deeper and define what I truly believe about, the way my life should be and the way I approach everything really in life. A lot of those limiting beliefs I was able to transform once I identified them, and I was able to work through them through various techniques. As you might know, one of my favorite techniques to do that is EFT, or emotional freedom technique, because that really helps me shift things around. So take a look at your childhood influences and see which of those beliefs are your own, what influenced you to become a person you are today. And this might be things, if you notice you are saying things exactly the way your parents did or someone else did, or maybe it's a cultural thing. So it could be something that you would want to change, or if it's a good thing, then okay, I'm gonna keep this. So that's step one. Step two would be looking at your passions and interests. So that's something that you feel passionate about. I hear a lot from my clients today that they wanted to be, I don't know, singers or writers or artists or something that they were really passionate about as kids, but then somebody told them it wasn't really worth it or it wasn't really, profitable, and then they just put it aside and started living a life that was not of their choosing, that was something that someone else told them should be their path. And then what happens is that after a while they realize that they're not living a life of their own design, that they're living someone else's idea of what life should be, and they're unhappy and discontent. So they start to change it, or sometimes we think it's too late to change things. I don't think so personally, because I always wanted to design my life the way I want it. So when I saw that things were not going in the direction that I wanted to, I was always ready to change it, adapt it to where I do want to go. Sometimes people around you will not approve of your ideas, but that's okay, because it's your life and you get to choose it the way you want to live it, and it's nobody's business really. So you can choose at any moment to change that. In this step, I encourage you to reconnect with your passions, maybe something that you have forgotten over the years. What is that something that makes your soul happy, that makes your inner child happy? And maybe scheduling some time to get back into that and tap into what really makes your heart sing will make a difference and help you align more with your purpose. Step number 3 is to look at your talents and skills. Now, this is something that you're naturally good at. Maybe you're very good with numbers, but that doesn't mean you have to do something with numbers. You could if it's something that you're passionate about as well. But maybe, you want to do something else, and that's perfectly fine too. Having an idea of what you're good at naturally, something that comes easy to you and could be challenging for other people, maybe even something you took for granted and had no idea you were actually good at, will give you an idea of what you can also do in your life and why you are here. For example, there are people who are really naturally good listeners, so maybe a career in therapy or coaching or healing work might be a good idea. To look at your gifts that you've been given, what kind of jobs you would be good at, or what could you spend more time doing. So it could also be skills that you learned over the years. For example, I always wanted to be self-sufficient, so I learned a lot of skills, and I don't do everything, but some of those skills I actually offer to my clients and use them in my own business. Looking at the example of editing videos, which I currently do for my business clients, or maybe writing, which I am now applying in my publication. So it could be different things that you learned over the years that you can apply today to use your gifts, because they're there for a reason. It's a good thing to kind of list all of the things that you are good at, and maybe even ask a friend or a family member to tell you what they think you are very good at. Maybe it's something they appreciate, and it might be even a surprise for you, because maybe you took it for granted and you had no idea that you were actually good at it. Listing all of these things out will help you also understand why you're here and what you're here to do. Step number 4 is your personality. If you haven't already, I strongly recommend you check out the Briggs-Myers test. It's a personality test that can give you a lot of insights, where you can see what kind of a personality type you are, and what that does is really helps you see what kind of jobs work for you, what kind of environments suit you best, the way you want to work, the way you want to live your life, all of these things. It's so detailed. It's absolutely free. I will actually put the link below so you can check it out, and it really helps you kind of understand the way you function. One of the things I never appreciated was that people always try to put me in a box and assume that we all have to follow a certain path, but for me it doesn't make any sense, because we are different and we function in different ways. I'm personally a very artistic type, and I have never been able to do a 9-to-5 job. Honestly, I tried, it just never worked for me. And it took me years to realize that I am actually an entrepreneur. I'm very good at coming up with ideas for businesses, creating programs, and all of these things, which is really a trait of an entrepreneur, right? For me, it never made sense to work for someone. I always wanted to create my own working environment, the projects that I wanted to work on and the way I want to work on. So it only made sense that I would be my own boss, which I've been doing for ever, really, over 15 years for sure. I've been only working for myself. I worked for other people a couple of times, but in every job that I had, it was very important for me to have freedom, to be able to do things my way. And that's something that thankfully my bosses really appreciated. So it worked out. But the thing is to understand how you function is important, because then you can design your life and your business in the way that suits you best. Step number 5 is to look at your life experiences. When I say life experiences, I mean things that happened in your life that helped shape you in some way. This could be quite important events. It can be college graduation, it can be a promotion, it could be meeting someone that changed your life, it could be moving to another country, it can be that big break, it can be even a breakup. For me, a lot of times breakups actually helped me transform my life in a better way and helped me learn a lot of things. I learned a lot through my relationships, so these are some life-changing moments in my life that helped me make those major decisions in life. It's actually very interesting to look at the big picture and see how those life-changing experiences have brought you where you are today and how they have shaped you as a person. And it's important to kind of acknowledge those moments, and sometimes even the bad experiences. I don't believe in bad experiences. I believe in learning experiences, because for me everything is a lesson. But even those bad experiences have possibly led to something good, I hope, anyway. For me it's been like this, that I've always learned from every experience, and then it has helped me lead to a better place. It's interesting to look at that and see what you can learn about your life. Step number 6 is all about the coincidences. So it's kind of interesting to also look at all of these connecting dots that have led you to where you are today. For example, if you hadn't gone to this meeting, you wouldn't have met this person, and then they wouldn't have offered you this job, and you wouldn't have moved to another country like it usually happened with me. So it's important to look at that big picture to kind of see what has life been preparing you for and where it has led you. Sometimes the bad, so-called bad experiences as well have helped you realize something and helped you get to the next step. And it's important to kind of look at those events, because I don't believe they're random. I believe that everything is kind of connected and there for a reason. So it's kind of interesting to look at those coincidences and see how you can connect them and realize what has life been preparing you for. Step 7 would be to eliminate any limits. As I said in the first step, when you're looking at those beliefs that were formed early on, it would be good to kind of understand what are the things that you commonly say today. What is the thing that you complain about the most? What is it that you believe that is blocking you? These are the subconscious beliefs, but you can see what they are by looking at all of the things that you think, say, and do. And oftentimes you can even see them in your reality. So especially if you have a reoccurring pattern, like you constantly keep attracting a similar kind of situation or similar kind of people that are not good for you, which happens for everyone. Don't worry, you're not alone in this. What is happening here is that your reality is only the projection of your own mind. So your subconscious mind is literally showing you what you're believing about yourself and your life. And good news is that you can change that. The moment you change that belief is when you can see things shift in your physical reality. I'm speaking from my personal experience, because every time I have had any kind of like negative experience, what I do is I detach myself from the experience, I look at it as a belief that is inside me, and I try to really break it down and see, okay, has this happened before? What can I do about it? What do I want to see instead? So as you change your inner limiting belief, you can choose a different belief. Again, I recommend EFT or tapping. It's a really wonderful technique that helps you shift quite quickly. And then you can choose an empowering belief that you want to believe in. And that can help you also move forward with greater clarity and yeah, live a happier life, because you won't have those blocks anymore, and it's gonna be much, much easier. Yeah, you will definitely see things shift very soon. Step 8 is really about defining your life purpose. So doing all of these steps in this order will help you have a greater clarity on what you're here to do, what you're meant to be doing, and who you really are as a person. So as you're shifting your limiting beliefs, you're understanding why you're here, you know what you're good at, you know what you're passionate about, you see what life has been preparing you for, and you see how all of these people that have come into your life have helped you get where you are today, and understanding what is this all about. Then you are ready to write your manifesto and to write your own personal statement, what you're here to do, what you want to do, and how you want to define your life. So this is something that we do in the 8-week Discover Your Life Purpose course that I will also link below in case you want to check it out. You get a lot of insights, you get over 50 worksheets, so it's a lot of homework to do. So if that's something that resonates with you and you feel like you want to dive in and explore your life purpose, I encourage you to check it out. Otherwise, there is also a free masterclass, Live with Passion, where you also get one workbook, and we go through all of these steps together so you can kind of dive in a little bit deeper, and you will get a lot of insights for sure. So thanks again for watching and being here. I look forward to hearing from you and seeing if this helped you discover a little bit more about your life purpose. So come back and comment below. Let me know how it's going. Wishing you a great day, and see you guys next time.